My title this morning is Love in Action. Not inaction, for that would mean something else. Love in action. And so when the request came for the meditation, energizing travel, I thought, whoa, how perfect is that? You see, when we pay attention to what is before us, and how, and by whom, and when things are before us, there's something for us in that which is before us. There is always something for us. And so when I say good morning, beloveds, this morning I offer good morning, be loved. Be loved. Our theme for September is to ensure the stewardship of our planet. And then following in big letters, it's L-O-V-E. And so, my lesson title had to be Love in Action. Love in Action. Well, my intention this morning is to offer some ideas and some principles on love. This morning, I'll address 3 questions. There is no test except your life after this. First one is, what is love? Second one is, where is love? And the third, how can I have more love? So the first one, what is love? What is love? Well, in the Science of Mind textbook, our missile, which is, how's that spelled? Well, anyway, our textbook, Ernest Holmes defines it thusly, and I quote, love is the self-givingness of spirit through the desire of life to express itself, which is its spiritual nature, in terms of creation. In terms of creation, end quote. And so that made me think, so love is both a noun and a verb. Did you know that? It's both a noun and a verb. Now, as a noun, it means a strong affection underlying for another, arising out of kinship or personal ties. Now, somewhere in this room, there's a chair with a plaque on it that says, Practitioner Emeritus Martha Dunbar. Where's that chair? Right here? Okay. Okay. And if you haven't noticed it today. Our dear Martha knew love as a noun. Whenever she'd meet you, what did she say? Hello, love. Hello, love. Didn't matter your name. Hello, love. Hello, loves. Turn to someone. Say hello, love. Hello, love. Doesn't that feel good? Now, as a verb, it denotes taking pleasure in or to inspire an activity. When you love something or someone, there is action towards it. Am I right? Food, travel, chocolate. So this morning's musician, Chris, is an example of the verb love. By his action, by his expression, by his passion towards the instrument, and then we get to feel that love. Thank you. When there is love between persons, there is a desire for us to do for, care for, provide for, support. Have you ever loved someone? Yeah. Do you love yourself? We say we do, and most of the time I think we do, don't we? Yeah, yeah. Most of the time we treat ourselves with love. Chocolate. Oh, it's you. Of course it's you. Chocolate. Okay, buttercups. Here we go. Second question, where is love? Any ideas? Everywhere? Yeah. Well, many of the great teachers say right here, right here. And we point to the physical, but it's an energy, and it's an emotion, it's a vibration, it's all those things that we feel. Our heart flutters when we're in love. They say it breaks when we're sad, or it swells with pride. All those statements of our heart, our physical heart. So we like to think of it as being right here, don't we? Because it kind of feels good to be right here. It's close. So many of the spiritual teachers also taught that God is love, that God is love. And the fundamental principle in our teaching in Science of Mind reminds us that God is all there is first, that God is love, that God is universal, available to each of us equally. You can't have more than I can, and I can't have more than you. It's equal. So therefore, all of God and all of love is who you and I are. It's pretty simple. It's a principle. Scientific, right? I am all of God. I am all of love because I am all God. So in order to be good stewards of our planet begins with truly loving ourselves for who we are. Without the labels, without the attachments, without any other of our thinking mind attachments. You know, the world attaches us with labels. They try to fit us into a box, or a level, or a compartment, or a department. And I, for one, kind of go kicking and screaming at that. I do have resistance over that, because being able to see within our community such a wealth of uniqueness. I've gotten away from the word diversity, because in the middle of that is the DIV, which to me is a divide, because it compartmentalizes in my mind. Maybe it doesn't in yours, but that's what my mind does. So I would like to take you through a process this morning on labels. Are you willing? Yeah. Okay. And we need no music for this, no background. So those who are participating, would you please close your eyes? And in the imaginary aspect of your mind, scan down your own body. And as you scan, notice a post-it note here, a post-it note there, any color you choose, as many as you choose to see. They're all over your body. And on them, on each one of them, is a different notation, a different label. Your job, your weight, your height, your education, your age. And we can't leave out the beliefs, such as I'm not strong enough, smart enough, I don't have enough money, I have too much money, and I feel guilty. I should have done this. I should not have done that. I look just like my mother. It's a history of my family to have cancer or any other dis-ease. And if there are any more of your beliefs and ideas, take the time to notice them now. Don't judge it. Just pay attention. And while you're doing this, I would like you to know right now that all of this stuff is not the truth of you. So one by one, in your mind, start removing all of those post-its. It can be that easy. And do it with enthusiasm, knowing that you are the love of God. You're an ever-evolving spirit. And that love wants out through you in a greater way. And as you remove the last few post-its with those false beliefs, bless them. Bless them for having brought you here today in this awareness. Take your time. Feel. Let it go. Let it go. Feel your heart opening to a greater self-love. Applaud with gratitude and joy for your own divine evolution. And recognize that this is a sacred moment. Take a deep breath in, please. Wrap your arms around yourself. Say, I love you to yourself. And when you're ready, gently bring your awareness back in to this space. Hello, loves. How was that for you? Good, okay, good. That was my intention. Which leads us to the third question. How can I have more love? Well, you just allowed that for you to evolve in a greater way by releasing some of the old labels that you have carried with you. And what I want you to know about the process that we've all just completed, it's not. You'll find that you're more able to recognize another one that will come up. Bless it, look at it, go, nope. Because it's an ongoing process for us to be more of ourselves. Some of those are really stuck on tight. It's like super glue. And it really, they are. And just be gentle with yourself in the process. So how can I have more love? How can we have more love? By allowing the spiritual truth, which is already love, to rise up and show up and be the way. And be the way. You know, what I know about love is that it draws from itself. There's nothing that I need to get from anyone because each of us has it within ourselves. This is our well that is overflowing. And love is also a mirror, a reflection of just how much we truly love ourselves. I remember the wisdom of Dolly Levi in Hello, Dolly, when she declared, money, it's like manure. It's no good unless it's spread around. And love is the same way. Identify where you've been withholding love. Then, spread love around. There first. Spreading it around means loving and living freely, without any hesitation, with full expectation of something greater. Now, it's not a give to get. I want to be clear on that. It's not a give to get. If you're giving love because you think you should, because you want more of it, then you're giving out of a sense of, I don't have enough. And that's your belief behind all that. And guess what you'll get? Not enough. Not enough. But when we get to the place where we are so filled with a sense of appreciation, gratitude, and love, we just keep giving it away because we think, oh, I got so much. I got so much. Ernest Holmes tells us on the method of a scientific mind because that's what we're dealing with now, is a scientific mind. If we observe any scientific discovery, we shall see that this is the way it works, which is how we get more love. Some man's mind discovers the law or principle governing the science. This is the way of love, of personal volition, of choice. This is the spontaneous element in the universe. So the more spontaneous we can be with our loving nature, the more spontaneous we sense it out in the world. And it becomes a delightful, engaging, joyous event all the time. Oh, I only have like another half hour. Isn't this great? Oh my gosh. Okay, on that delightful nature, yesterday, James and I went to the, oh my gosh, great sale. I was just drawn like a fish to something sparkly, Zucchini and Vine's having their sale. Do you know? They have a closeout. They're closing. So I invite you all to go down and enjoy that. I thought, oh no. Oh, boo-hoo. Poor me. Poor them. Well, having known Carl and Nancy for many, many years, I had to go just to see them. And you walked in long lines out the door, people with stuff in arms, going, woohoo, look at this sale. Woohoo, look at this sale. And that's what I thought I went for. And I did. We did. We got some good stuff. But the best goodies were the people. Some I have known 45 years, and others we just met Saturday. They're our new best friends. And in talking with all this people and all this excitement, everybody was happy to get the deals. And I went to Carl, the owner, and I said, Carl, I thought at first, and I was sad, but then I thought, this could be a celebration of a new life for them. Because Nancy is third generation retail store. Her grandmother had Parker's, and then there was her father's, and then now hers. And now her daughter next door will still be open at Magna Carta. So I've known this family and their business and what it takes, because I did some retail for a while myself. It's fun, it's work, it's connecting, it's all that stuff that rounds us out. And I said to him, my first thought was a judgment that this must be a sad time. And then I changed my perception to celebrating a new adventure in life. And Carl smiled and said, thank you. Yes, it will be. In fact, we are expecting our first grandchild in a month. So, a lot of new adventures. And so when I mentioned, when we enter with love and opportunities and experiences come around us, they do. They do. So I charge each of you to be and see love as who you are. And as you move into this day and the rest of your life, remember to love abundantly, to love unconditionally, to love with enthusiasm. Because you are love. You are love in action. It is who you are. Always remember that. And that you are love. Namaste.